Hey everyone, it's Melinda with Tailored and Teal, and welcome back to another What Sold video. These are sales on Poshmark and eBay only from November 1st through November 15th of 2024. So as you can tell from the intro, I had no sales on Mercari, but I've decided to do something a little different with Mercari. Statistically, this year has not been great and it's kind of been dropping off every year. This year so far, I've made 19 sales on Mercari. Last year in 2023, I made 67 sales. So you can see that it's kind of dropped dramatically. So I decided to deactivate all of my listings, and one by one, I am going to relist each item as a brand new listing, spruce up the description, spruce up the title. Unfortunately, some of the pictures do need to be retaken, but I'm just not going to do that right now. But at least having fresh eyes on them as brand new listings, I hope will help. I only have 24 items listed so far, and I think I have around 800 listings on Poshmark and Mercari, so I do have quite a bit to go. I could use a cross-listing software, but to be honest, I just really don't want to pay for it, especially when I'm not making the sales to begin with. So I will keep you updated if anything sells, but as of right now, it's a big fat 0 for the first 2 weeks of November on Mercari. I did have a few sales on Poshmark. I had 7 sales total. The first sale was a Milor, and that's M-I-L-O-R, crimson cherry red braided wavy genuine leather belt. I did use the keyword cherry red because apparently that is a runway keyword, fashion keyword. I don't know. I saw it on Instagram somewhere and I decided to put cherry in the title and it seemed to work. It was a very small size, like an extra small to extra small. I have had this belt since 2021, but I only paid 49 cents for it at the thrift store. It sold once on eBay, but it didn't fit because it is a pretty small size. So it got returned to me and it finally sold again, this time on Poshmark for $10 with no discounted shipping. Next up is a new with tags, a new day, navy blue anorak mid-length jacket. I actually picked this up for myself years ago at Target on clearance. Originally, I think the jacket was $44.99 and I think I paid around $13 for it. But it literally sat in my closet. I never wore it. I never even took the tags off. So I decided to list it and it sold for $22 with no discounted shipping. Next up is an item I picked up at an estate sale. The clothing was actually pretty picked over at this estate sale, but I still was able to find a few things to grab. This was an Alfred Dunner soft plush faux suede zip front vest. This had like a woods / camouflage like pattern to it. It was super soft and great condition, and it sold for $22 with no discounted shipping as well. Next up is a baguette rhinestone gunmetal gray curb chain velvet tie necklace or headband. This came out of a Shop Goodwill jewelry unboxing. I still to this day do not know exactly what this was. If you wore it as a necklace, it wouldn't necessarily lay flat on your chest because the baguette rhinestones, which are the long like rectangle ones, they were too heavy and just wouldn't lay flat. I tried it on as a headband, which I guess it could work if you tie it underneath. There were no brands, no markings, nothing. So I just kind of put necklace or headband and it sold for $10 with discounted shipping. This is the first time in a while I've offered discounted shipping because I was panicking. I hadn't had sales on any platforms in over 5 days. So I was sending out massive discounts and finally one of them with discounted shipping sold. Next up is a Jerseys New Blend Color Block Raglan Sleeve Pullover Fleece Lined Hooded Sweatshirt. This was in gray and navy blue. It had one small stain or like oil substance on one of the sleeves, but otherwise it didn't even feel like it was ever washed or worn. It came out of a ThredUp men's rescue box from 2021 and it sold for $12 with no discounted shipping. Next up is a pair of Kenneth Cole brown suede leather pointed toe block-heeled ankle booties. I can't remember if these came out of a ThredUp rescue box or if it came out of a Help See shoe box. Either way, I've had them since 2022 and they finally sold for $25 with no discounted shipping. And as you can see over here, I tried to do like an AI generated background because there were several shoes that I had listed for a while that I thought should be selling. And I thought maybe instead of a white background, maybe an AI generated one would work. Not sure if that's what made these sell, but I am happy that they are gone. And then the last sale on Poshmark, I actually lost a little bit of money on. It was a new with tags, celebrate together, candy cane hearts, knit sweater skirt. I got this from ThreadUp because it was in their assorted brands list. I thought it was really cute, nice and festive, but unfortunately, I did pay up for it. I paid around $9 and change. This was a brand that was sold at Kohl's during the holidays, so it wasn't worth a ton. So it did finally sell for $12 with no discounted shipping, and I did lose 14 cents. So of my 7 Poshmark sales, I made $113 in sales. I had $25.60 in fees. Shipping discount, I gave out one at $2.02, giving me a profit of $85.38. My average sales price for each item that sold was $16.14. Moving on to eBay, where I had 6 sales. So this is like the third or fourth week in a row on eBay where my payout has been under $50, which is not normal for eBay. I don't know if it's me, if I'm not listing the right things, if it's just an overall slump in sales, if it's because of the election. I don't know, but it's not great. And to be completely honest with you, I am losing the motivation to keep listing items on a daily basis because I'm just not seeing the results. I don't want to do live sales. I don't have the patience or the time for it right now. I'm not going to say that I won't ever do it because there might be a time where I just quit my corporate job and I need to do live sales. But for right now, I'm just listing on the 3 platforms and Curtsy as well. And things are just super slow right now. So I'll just keep doing what I'm doing for right now, keep relisting items, refreshing those items, getting new listings up, and kind of hope for the best. So the first sale on eBay was a Ralph Lauren solid brown mini shoulder or crossbody purse bag. I did use the keyword Y2K because it was on the smaller size. And I also used the keyword minimal because it's very simple, very sleek, and a neutral color. I picked this up at a flea market a few months ago and it sold for $20, and that was an offer that customer sent to me. I could not tell if this purse was leather or not. It didn't smell like leather. It didn't really feel like leather, but sometimes there's types of leather that doesn't look like leather and it actually is. Unfortunately, there was no tags inside telling me what it was. So I did indicate that in the listing that I wasn't sure if it was leather or not. Next up is a new teacher gift heart-shaped silver tone keychain. Obviously, I'm going to put a picture over here, but it said something about big hearts teaching little minds. It came with the original box. This sold for $6.99, and it came out of my Via Trading Amazon jewelry lot. And the customer actually asked me if I could engrave a name on the back of it as like a gift, and I explained, unfortunately, I don't have an engraving machine or tool, so unfortunately I couldn't do that, but thankfully they still wanted to purchase the item. Next up is a Chico's 100% linen coral pink draped open front jacket or blazer. It was a size 1, which in Chico sizing is about a medium or a size 8. It went to Florida, which makes sense because the color fits in and it's linen for when it's super hot, and it sold for $18. Next up was a Churchill, England ceramic blue willow covered butter dish. It was microwave and dishwasher safe or proof. This was one of my mom's items that she had in her curio cabinet, and it sold for $19. While I was getting ready to tell you the next sale, I remembered that I had another sale similar to this, and I stand corrected. I actually have 7 eBay sales, not 6 eBay sales. So I'm going to jump back to the sale that I missed because it kind of goes hand in hand with this one. So the one that I missed, which was in the beginning of the month, is a new handmade crochet colorful granny square Afghan or throw or lap blanket. This one was super colorful, perfect for throwing over the couch or the back of a chair. And my aunt, who unfortunately passed away last year, made this. She was very crafty in quilting and crocheting and knitting and all of those things. And she would take her items to craft fairs. Well, I actually purchased 3 blankets of hers to resell. This was the first one, and this one sold for $38.24. And the customer actually messaged me and said that it was a gift for his fiance for her birthday. So I'm very happy that it's going to a good home. And then the other one was also a new handmade crochet granny square Afghan throw or lap blanket. This one was a little smaller than the other one and wasn't as brightly colored. And this one sold for $26. And then the last sale on eBay, which is now the 7th sale, is a vintage reading for meeting book lot. So it was a lot of 2 books. The titles were Up and Away and Climbing Higher, and they were both the 4th edition. These were free to me items, and they sold for $11.89. So I have fixed all of my numbers, so it just looks like chicken scratch now. But of my 7 sales on eBay, I made $140.12 in sales. Shipping profit was $11.63. I didn't make as much in shipping profit as I normally do because I accidentally put one of the blankets under media mail. Clearly, it is not media mail, so I lost a little bit of money that way, but it is what it is. My fees this time was $39.06, giving me a profit of $112.69, and my average sales price for each item that sold was $20.12. And now for my total numbers of sales from November 1st through November 15th of 2024 on Poshmark and eBay. I had a total of 14 sales. I made $253.12 in sales. There were $55.05 in total fees. My cost of goods was $56.32, giving me a profit of $141.75. And my average cost of goods for each item that sold was $4.33. It's a little higher this time because I did pay up a little bit for those blankets. I also have that one skirt that sold on Poshmark that I did pay up for, so that kind of makes this number go up a little bit too. Well, that concludes this What Sold video for the first 2 weeks of November of 2024. I do apologize for the eBay mix-up there, but I will say I am happy that I now have 7 sales instead of 6 sales on eBay. So thank you for hanging in there with me. Thank you for tuning in and watching. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye!